everybody. It's been a bit of a while since I've been on YouTube. It's been about a year, I think, since my last video. So yeah, for all of you that have realised that I have disappeared, I just kind of fell out of love with YouTube. But I'm starting again. I'm just going to do things that I want to make, I want to do. So today, as requested by some of my followers on Instagram, I'm going to be making cooking things. One of the things that I wanted to make is a peach and strawberry drink, so we're going to do that. I will link the original recipe down below, though I am changing quite a few things because I like to. It's just how I am. But hello everybody that knows me personally or knows me from Instagram. I hope you enjoy this video. Gosh, I don't know how to make videos anymore, this is so weird. Right, so to get into what you're going to need so far, got my handy little book here. Half a cup of sugar, 1 pound of strawberries that are hulled, I'm going to prepare all of that in a second, 2 peaches with the pit removed. I'm using flat peaches, so I'm going to use 3. It says here 4 cups of lemonade, but I'm going to use Sprite because that's just what I have. 3/4 of lemon juice. That's all for that one. You can also add, if you want to make an alcoholic version, if you are of the age, you can add Prosecco instead of the lemonade. I'm also going to be adding some mint for mine, just to add a little something to it because I love mint. So I've picked that from the garden already. I've just washed the blender. So let's get started on cutting the fruit, and then we can blend that while we cook the sugar, basically. So let's get started. So here are my lovely peaches and my mint. I don't have a chopping board actually, little fact. So I'm just going to chop them on here. I'll show you what they look like once they have been done, and then we'll add everything to the blender. Right, now that they're all chopped up, I'm going to add the mint and the peaches into the blender, and then prepare my strawberries. This might be a wee bit too minty, hopefully it won't be, but let's fill this up. Just before I start on the strawberries, I thought I would mention that for any of the waste that we do use, it shows how long it's been since I've held a camera on my phone camera, because I was like, any waste that we do produce, we have a garden, so we put it all in the compost. Obviously not everybody can do that, but if you do have a compost bin or something like that, please do that. It's better for the environment. It's also good for encouraging animals and stuff into the garden. We have a lot of foxes, so any meat waste that we have, we put in the garden for the foxes. Any fruit waste, anything like that, goes to the worms, and then we use that to compost, as compost, and it helps our flowers grow. So it's a really good idea if you can do that. Right, I'm gonna get on with the strawberries now, and then we'll see what happens from there. Because it would be easier if I could show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, but I don't have that kind of facility, so I'm cutting them into like circles. I cut the peaches into just fine pieces so that's easier to blend, but I'm cutting these into like circles. So so if the strawberries like this, cut this way, like that, just to make it a bit easier to blend if they're thinner, in my opinion, but everybody's different. So I'm going to continue doing this, then add these to the blender, and I shall be back with you before we start the blender. I forgot to mention... Oh, hello. I forgot to mention that you need to add the 3/4 of lemon juice into it. It says to do that later, but I'm going to do it now because that makes more sense. And here is the mixture. We want it as smooth as possible. I'm going to make the sugared water now. So, we need half a cup of sugar and half a cup of water. On medium heat until the sugar has dissolved. Okay, now all the sugar is dissolved, we now have a lovely syrup. Right, now that we have got our lovely syrup, I'm just going to decant that into this and then add the fruit juice that we've made. We'll come to the blender, and mine has a handy little thing on, so we'll see how smooth it is, and we're just going to add it into this. let's see what happens, shall we? I'll try and film it for you. I don't know how well this is going to go, but we'll see. I'm hopeful. Might need a wee bit more blending, but I'm not sure. We're going to add the whatever drink you want. I'm going to use Sprite. You can use lemonade, Prosecco, whichever you want. I'm going to add that to this, 4 cups if I remember correctly, and then it'll be ready to drink. I thought I would show you me adding the final cut. It still has some sugar on from when I was adding the sugar to the water to make the syrup before, but there we go. Let's try it, shall we? Okay, let's try it. It's really good. It's really, woo, that's very sweet. It's really good though. I think it's a perfect drink for summer. Put some ice in, very refreshing. Obviously, you don't need to add the pulp. You get rid of the pulp if you want that. I hope you like this video. I can't really say my usual outro because I usually tell you to hug someone, and with the circumstances you can't really do that, so I'll say it anyway, but it's not gonna really work out. Peace, love, and hugs. Go hug someone today that's in your family or in your household and not somebody that's not from your household. Stay 2 meters apart, please. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!